This evening, President Ali urges the Caribbean financial sector to be more involved in regional development. Ex-lover confesses to killing Belfield's squatting area resident before consuming poisonous substance. Demerara Harbour Bridge launches investigation into an alleged cyber attack. In the region, tension soars in Haiti's capital after police officers killed, and internationally, who to decide if COVID-19 is still a global health emergency. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Updates. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, an update on a previous report murder investigation. Deonarine SOAR, also known as Boise, has confessed to the murder of Nazaline Mohammed of Belfield squatting area on the east coast of Demerara. SOAR, 65, was arrested in a pre-dawn operation by members of the Guyana Police Force on Wednesday and taken into custody. According to crime chief Wendell Blanham, SOAR admitted to killing Mohammed during an argument over money. SOAR reportedly told investigators that he met with the victim at Hope Lowlands after she had called and asked him for money. When he did not have enough to give her, the two got into an argument. SOAR then confessed to chopping the woman multiple times with a cutlass, causing her to fall into the canal along with her purse and cell phone. He also claimed that the cutlass fell into the canal. After the murder, SOAR reportedly went home and drank a poisonous substance before being found at an abandoned building in Mahaica. He is currently receiving medical treatment at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. Nazaline Mohammed, a 47-year-old housewife, was found floating in the canal on Monday with wounds to her head, ear, neck, and abdomen. The police initially stated that the suspect had been identified as the victim's ex-partner. Reports indicate that the victim was last seen alive around 7 a.m. on Monday by a neighbor and was heading to her brother's residence at Hope Lowlands. Investigations into the murder are still ongoing, and the victim's body is awaiting a post-mortem examination. In other developments, in an address at the Jamaica Stock Exchange's 18th Regional Capital Market Conference 2023, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali called for Caribbean financial players to participate in transformational development as access to finance is necessary for continued growth. President Ali emphasized the importance of the Caribbean financial sector playing a more instrumental role in mobilizing capital to fill the region's capital gap. The Caribbean's financial needs was over $10 billion as of 2020. He also highlighted the critical role of the partnerships in fostering growth and development for Guyana and other Caribbean countries. President Ali highlighted the need for strong regulation and oversight to ensure the successful mobilization of finance and warned that as the region becomes more integrated with global financial markets, the risk of global problems increases. He encouraged investors to invest in Guyana's development as technological, agricultural, infrastructural, and educational improvements are being made. He also highlighted the country's keenness to partner with regional and international institutions and urged Caribbean financial institutions to explore opportunities in Guyana. In other news, on Thursday night, the Demerara Harbour Bridge Corporation experienced an attack in which a vulgar message was broadcast via the digital messaging board at the bridge. The management of the Demerara Harbour Bridge offers its sincerest apologies to the citizens and visitors of Guyana for the incident. They assure the public that the message was perpetrated with ill intent by an unknown person or a group and view it as an attack on the corporation and an attempt to cast doubt on the hard-working staff. The management of the Demerara Harbour Bridge also commits to implementing better systems and monitoring mechanisms to prevent similar incidents in the future. A full investigation has been launched, and the corporation thanks the public for their swift response and concerns. They encourage the public to continue to work with them as development partners to ensure the highest level of service is provided. Stick around when we return. Overseas-based Guyanese man to develop multi-million-dollar entertainment and living complex on the west side, and two brothers arrested for possession of cannabis.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Give your home or office some shine. Fortune Investment Company. We provide reliable commercial and residential professional cleaning services in Guyana. We clean homes and commercial offices. Other services offered are floor care and tile polishing, interior auto detailing services, power washing, weeding and cleaning, and carpet, couch, and mattress cleaning. We are committed to keeping your homes and offices squeaky clean. Call us now at 592-689-7558 or 592-639-6365 or visit us at 3430 Jackson North Rumville, Georgetown, Guyana. Fortune Investment Company. When we say clean, we mean spotless.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Welcome back. In a recent announcement, overseas-based Guyanese businessman Lester Lal has revealed plans to develop a multi-million-dollar entertainment and living complex in Region 3, Essequibo Island, Western Marara. The facility, named Riverwalk, will include a boutique hotel and spa, luxury condos, trendy shops, upscale restaurants and bars, and a live concert stage. The project will also feature a boardwalk and amusement park overlooking the Demerara River. According to a statement on the project, Riverwalk is the brainchild of Mr. Lester Lal, a diverse entrepreneur and concept visionary of Guyanese descent and a Florida resident. Lal has over 30 years of experience developing, owning, and operating various hospitality and service industry segments. The statement also noted that when fully completed, the US $75 million investment will bring a world-class destination to Region 3, revitalize this historical part of Guyana, and offer employment to hundreds of Guyanese during the construction and post-construction phases. Lal also emphasized that employees will benefit from above-average payment packages and other benefits similar to those of U.S. counterpart employees. Additionally, there will be a concerted effort to train and develop Guyanese in hospitality-related skills and use local resources as much as possible. Negotiations are being finalized to acquire privately owned lands on the west bank of the Demerara for this project. The Riverwalk project is expected to bring significant economic benefits and employment opportunities to Region 3 and the country as a whole. Also on the west side, in a swift response to information received, police officers in Regional Division 3 arrested two brothers, 24-year-old Kevin De Cruz and 25-year-old Patrick De Cruz, at Tushin New Housing Scheme in East Bank Essequibo on Thursday, January 27. The officers conducted a search of the brothers' premises in their presence, during which they discovered a large transparent Ziploc bag containing several smaller bags filled with suspected cannabis under Kevin De Cruz's bed. Kevin admitted to possession of the drugs, stating that it was just a small portion. Further search of the hall led to the discovery of another transparent bag containing suspected cannabis on a table, which Patrick admitted as his. Both brothers were arrested and taken to the Lenora police station, where the suspected cannabis was weighed and amounted to over 65 grams. They are presently in custody and awaiting charges. Don't go away after the break. Peru's government faces crisis as deadly protest continues, and who to decide if COVID-19 is still a global health emergency.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold, and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Give your home or office some shine. Fortune Investment Company. We provide reliable commercial and residential professional cleaning services in Guyana. We clean homes and commercial offices. Other services offered are floor care and tile polishing, interior auto detailing services, power washing, weeding and cleaning, and carpet, couch, and mattress cleaning. We are committed to keeping your homes and offices squeaky clean. Call us now at 592-689-7558 or 592-639-6365 or visit us at 3430 Jackson North Rumville, Georgetown, Guyana. Fortune Investment Company. When we say clean, we mean spotless.
Hey, this is your fancy vehicle and it's your house?
Yes, this is my vehicle and actually I'm waiting on my land. I'm actually renting this house for $50,000.
$50,000? You head more? You crazy? You mad? You head no good? Why you buy? Look, let me show you the light. Come with me.
Come on down to Fabulous Homes today. Pay $50,000 every month for 36 months or until you reach 50% of your house costs. Move in after 75% of the cost has been paid.
This is wonderful. Let's go. Sign me up.
Alright, let me go and dash away your landlord.
To explore our home ownership program, check our Facebook page for more information or come down to our office at Avalon Friendship.
Hey, Chinese, thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
You got through?
Yes.
Call us at 227-1380 or 615-8740. Fabulous Homes International Realty, changing tenants into homeowners.
At Fabulous Homes, we bring your dreams to life.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. In the Caribbean, demonstrators in Haiti have blocked streets in the capital after a series of killings of police officers by armed gangs. Some stormed the airport as Prime Minister Ariel Henry was arriving from a foreign trip. Al Jazeera's John Holman reports.
Protests in Haiti, this time around led by men in police uniforms. They were angry about the killings of officers over the last few days.
They killed 15 policemen in 1 month. After God, then comes the police. We stand with our policemen.
Some went to the capital's airport, stopping Prime Minister Ariel Henry from leaving it after he arrived from a summit in Argentina.
We need a revolution. We need to have a bloodbath if Ariel Henry signs a pact with the bandits. A lot of police are dead and he didn't say anything, not even a tweet for the policeman who died. We are in the streets to fight for our brothers and sisters who are victimized by the bandits. We have to take to the streets every day to get what we want.
Eventually, Prime Minister Henry managed to leave the airport, but he's at the head of a political crisis in Haiti. Powerful gangs now control more than 60% of the capital, Port-au-Prince, following a breakdown in institutional order triggered by the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021, unleashing levels of violence not seen here in decades. Extorting, murdering, raping to control those in their dominions.
Gangs have increasingly resorted to the deliberate killing of men, women, and children as young as 10 years old, have been brutally raped, a tactic that spread fear and destroys the social fabric of communities under the control of rival gangs.
The Haitian police are hopelessly overmatched. The United Nations is advocating for an international force to be deployed to keep law and order in the country. But so far, no one wants to lead it. Meanwhile, Haiti burns, slipping ever closer to a failed state. John Holman, Al Jazeera.
We now turn our attention to South America as Peru's President Dina Boluarte is facing growing pressure over her handling of anti-government protests. Trouble began in December when her predecessor was forced from office and imprisoned after trying to dissolve Congress. Protesters want Boluarte to step down. Al Jazeera's Mariana Sanchez reports.
Since Amalia left her home and 5 children behind in Puno to march in Lima, she says she's never felt more offended by a Peruvian president. Dina Boluarte had said Puno is not Peru, fueling anger among these southern citizens.
We feel outraged. What does she think? That we're Bolivians? We're legitimate Peruvians, and we're marching here every day, and she has trampled our rights.
A day after the government sent hundreds of soldiers to occupy Puno and extended a curfew, Amalia says such measures are fueling people's anger. At least 18 people were killed in Puno 2 weeks ago in the worst day of political unrest.
I want justice for our brothers who have died. Dina has to pay for what they have done to us. We're not animals for the police to kill us in that way. We just came to march peacefully without weapons.
Nearly 60 people have been killed, many after security forces opened fire on demonstrators. On Wednesday, Boluarte told the Organization of American States that her government respects the rule of law and security forces must protect all citizens. OAS members backed Boluarte, although the presidents of Mexico and Colombia have said she's not the country's legitimate leader.
Many analysts say there is still room for the violence to escalate. They say it may take international pressure to prevent the government from ultimately imposing authoritarian rule.
Many analysts are not optimistic there is a way out of the crisis in the near future.
The worst case scenario is the most likely scenario, that Boluarte stays, her cabinet gets even tougher, no agreement is reached in Parliament, and the elections are either kicked to 2024 or not done for a long time, which will generate a radicalization of the protests.
Boluarte has asked for peace and debate. Amalia says it's too late.
As a mother, it hurts to see how many of our children have died. We no longer want a truce or dialogue. We are hurt with so many dead. We will fight as far as we can until the end.
Many Peruvians feel the same way. Mariana Sanchez, Al Jazeera, Lima.
And internationally, a World Health Organization committee is meeting today to decide if the COVID-19 pandemic is still a global emergency. Several leading scientists says it may be too early for WHO to decide the end of the pandemic emergency phase. Al Jazeera's William Marks reports.
Erica Bernstedt caught COVID-19 back in March 2020, forcing her to miss 6 months of work. Ever since, she's struggled to resume her former life, thanks to long-term symptoms like headaches and fatigue.
Long COVID's robbed me pretty much of everything that I love in my life. My friendships, my hobbies, my desire to travel, my career aspirations. It's put literally brakes on everything.
Beyond her own personal health problems, Erica's concern about coronavirus makes her fear for other people's futures.
I wouldn't say stay at home and lock the doors and don't go outside, but just be aware that it's there, because the impact it has on your life is forever lasting. I don't know if I'm ever going to fully recover from it.
For billions of people, the World Health Organization warnings about COVID-19 in early 2020 marked the start of a new era.
It is COVID-19.
An unprecedented pandemic that filled hospitals, killed millions and ravaged economies. 3 years on, and many Western nations are notionally back to normal. In cities like London, commuters no longer wear medical masks, and businesses have stopped requesting proof of vaccination. But in countries like China, a relaxation of government restrictions in response to public protests has seen mortality rates rise once more. Health experts say an end to the WHO's emergency status, particularly in places where vaccines have yet to penetrate, may have serious consequences.
In other parts of the world, we could see, with low vaccination rates, with weaker health systems, with fewer healthcare professionals, that overall there are going to be more deaths, there are going to be more complications, and a larger disease burden.
As authorities continue to ease rules once introduced to safeguard lives, any change in label may do little to combat a continuing threat to life. Willem Marks, Al Jazeera.
Now this brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. This concludes today's Headline News Update. We will be back on Monday at 7 p.m. with our next broadcast. For more news and updates, you can visit our Facebook and YouTube pages. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other and do have a wonderful weekend.